beauties. This is where I keep my makeup at, and then all of my eyeshadow palettes are right here, and then of course my brows and all that are over on my vanity or filming area. So I'm gonna start in here. We have foundations, we have concealers, and then we have pressed and loose powders, and then powder foundations as well. Not a whole lot works for me right now. So I don't really know. I think I want to try this. I should be able to wear this now. I got this in like a Walmart mystery box thing. It is the Tigi medium tinted primer. I think I'm gonna try this, but try to use it as my base. We'll see. And then this may work. This is a really beautiful foundation, the Hydra Flex. I don't know if that's gonna be dark enough. Y'all, I really don't know. What I may have to do is pull some stuff, and then if it doesn't work, I have to put it back. And then just kind of let you guys know and like touch base with you guys. Maybe this will work. And I hit pan on it last summer, so maybe I can use it up. It is the Good Apple Foundation, shade Medium 033. Let's try that. And then we will try maybe the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. I don't know, you guys. I really don't. I really don't know. I feel like that might work. I'll pull this as well. This is the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. Okay, so 3 foundations I feel like is plenty. And I don't use a whole lot of concealer. But recently I have been liking the IMethodBeauty one. I did get this in my Ipsy, I believe. So I think I might pull this. Ooh. And then the Fenty Beauty, it's like the little color corrector bright fix thing. Okay, we'll pull both of those. Powders. Right now, probably the only thing that's gonna work for me is the Dior, the Powder No Powder in 3, or my Charlotte Tilbury in medium. And I did pan this, so maybe we can also finish this up. So let's pull this. We'll pull the Charlotte Tilbury. And then let's do a loose powder. I think since this is right on top, I'll go ahead and pull the Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter powder in Butter. Okay. In here we have primers and sprays and then toners. I'm not really concerned about toners. I'm trying to use one up right now. Let me go with one I have not used in a long time. I might do... I don't know if that's going to be too glowy with the foundations that I have set out. Let's try this. I haven't tried this yet. The Too Faced Plump and Prime Luxury Face Plumpin' Primer Serum. And let's maybe pull, let's pull my oldie but goodie. This is the Stila One Step Correct Skin Tone Correcting Brightening Primer. All right, we're good on primers. Sprays. I'd actually like to try this because it's still sealed and I haven't tried it yet. This is the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Set and Mist, so I'm going to pull that. And I think I'll take my Herbal Rouge Labs one back out because it's also, like, getting empty, so I'm going to pull that. Let's try to use that up as well. Next up is bronzers. Trying to use up stuff I have not used in a little while. I think... Ooh, let's pull the BH Belgian Waffle palette. Let me just look at it. I have to make sure these are shades that are going to be dark enough right now. We should be okay. I'm going to pull that. And then let's pull one more. I've been using the Kosas. I've been using the Marc Jacobs. Maybe I'll pull this. But I do have this also in a palette. And I don't really want to use it yet. Actually, let's pull this Colourpop. It's supposed to be a blush in Jet Set, but it's a very deep shade of a blush. So I think I'm going to pull this as bronzer as well. Next up, we have our blush. And I don't know what palettes, I should have started with palettes. I don't know what palettes I'm going to use yet, so I'm not sure which blush to grab. I kind of really like this, like, more ruddy, like, toasty looking one. This is the Folly Fire Baked Blush in Hot Terrain. I think I'm going to pull this, and maybe this BH Cosmetics little palette here. Oh, yes, that'd be perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna pull these for blush. All right, and then we have highlighters. Y'all, please don't judge me. This is a lot of highlighters. I have some palettes and stuff. We have kind of standard highlights. I have a couple more like liquid type of highlighters. I think, I have no idea what I'm doing. I haven't reached for this in a while and it was pricey, so I'd like to get some use out of it. It is the Ambient Absolute Strobe lighting palette from Hourglass. Let's pull this. And then maybe a drugstore highlighter. Do you want to do e.l.f.? Oh, we'll go with the Catrice. This is the More Than Glow highlighter in the shade Beyond Golden Glow. And then we're going to move on to palettes. All right, I'm going to start right here. This is kind of where I keep like mini palettes or palettes that I really like for travel. And I think I want to pull this one, the Aura and Out. I haven't gotten a whole lot of use out of it and it's so damn pretty. So let's pull this. And then I think, since I just filmed with these, I'm going to pull the shade Lemonhead from Black Moxie. I think it'll complement the Aura and Out beautifully. And there's my little pile. We're getting there, y'all. Let's go to the palettes. And I really try to keep this according to like size and shape and stuff. Oh, I don't know. Let me just see if something just yells at me. You know what? I'm gonna pull this. This is the Artist Couture Caliente palette. Xenia sent me this a while back, so I want to finally test it out. And then maybe, oh, let's pull out an oldie but goodie, y'all. Let's pull out the Glam Light a Donut palette. Okay, I think we're good. And then my brows pretty much are gonna be most of the same types of products, but I have brow products. I have eye primers. My ADH one is in my overnight bag. And I've been using the Glam Light one a lot. So I'll pull the Ace Beaute one. And then brow gels. Of course, been using this one a ton and the Kosas. So let's go drugstore and we'll do the Essence Make Me Brow. And then for brows, I've basically been using the IMethodBeauty, but not using the like stamp part, just using it with a brush or my brow pens. I'll pull the Juvias Place. I'm gonna have to pull this. It's just been working really great. I'm gonna go ahead and use that. And then I always use my Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy for my brows. Help me, goodness gracious, help me. I'm gonna try this again. This is the BFC Whole Lotta Mascara that I got in my BoxyCharm, so I'm gonna go ahead and try that out again. And I haven't gotten a whole lot of use out of this Fenty mascara. I'm not really a fan, so I do want to try it out again. Maybe just see if I feel any differently. We know I don't use liners a lot. I think, I'm pulling out greens with the shadows. So let me grab a couple of green liners and a nude. That's my backup one. I'll pull my nude one and then I'll show you what all we have. Lips, I'm gonna wait and pull stuff as we kind of do a look, I think. Yeah, let me pull my nude liner and then we'll get started. All right, so here are all of our products. And I think I'm gonna aim to use them for, we'll say a month. We'll see what happens. All right, beauties, we're gonna dive in first with our Too Faced Plump and Prime Luxury Face Priming Primer Serum. That's a mouthful. Okay. It is quite serum-like, a little bit thicker, not like a watery type of serum. Ooh, that smells nice. It is very strongly scented though. It does smell like perfume, so if you do not like scent, this is not for you. And most of these products I'm pretty familiar with. If it's something new, then of course we'll discuss it as we go. But we'll just sit and just bullshit and chat and have a good time. Yeah, how are you guys? I hope that you are well. Ooh, that is very glowy. Okay, if you can get past the scent, it is strong, but it's a lovely, like, perfumey type scent. So let me grab a towel. But if you don't like scent at all, you're not gonna like it. But if you do like scent and you want to glow, I love it. I don't know what direction to go with the complexion. I think I'm gonna go in with a little Fenty thing first. This is the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brightener, and I have Golden Ivory. What I like to do with this is put a little bit under my eyes. And this is probably going to be a little light, but that's okay. It just kind of blends out with everything else. It does color correct and help to kind of take away any like blueness or anything like that. And I am literally just going to use my fingers to start with. And this doesn't offer a lot of coverage. It's kind of like a concealer, color corrector, all in one. A little goes a very long way. I think it's enough coverage for me, even though it's not claiming to be any type of like full coverage concealer. But you can see how bright and like lifted it looks. It is quite hydrating. It's a really beautiful product. And I'll just let that sit while we do our brows and stuff. So I am going to go ahead and go in with my Juvias Place. This is the Sculpt Eye Shade Brow Pencil. This is the shade Dark Brown. Really beautiful product. I really like this. I will speed this part up. My brows basically don't change. Sometimes I make them slightly more arched. Sometimes I bring them up and have more of a straight brow. That's kind of it. I'm going to pull my mirror close. I'm sorry if that bothers you. We'll speed this part up. Next, we're going to go into the Tigi Medium Tinted Primer. I'm going to see how this works as far as like a base type product, because y'all know I don't care if I have a whole ton of coverage. We're going to see what happens. I'm a little scared. I'm going to go in like I normally do with a brush and just kind of see. Oh, that is water. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know if this is going to do anything at all. Okay. It is literally everywhere. And it doesn't smell good. Let me try to see if I can open it. Yeah, inside it seems, okay, that was just the little bit on top. Let me shake it. Doesn't smell very good though. Yeah, it's still coming out like that. Now I'm starting to get some texture from it. Okay, this doesn't smell good. I got it in like a mystery box. I'm pretty sure it's like older product. I do not trust putting this on my complexion. So I'm gonna wash my hands and we'll come back and I'll use the LYS Beauty one, BRB. Okay, sorry guys, I just don't feel comfortable. This is the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I have the shade MN3. I do have an affiliate link with LYS Beauty. I will pop it up on the screen and it will be down below as well. This is a beautiful medium coverage foundation. It sets well, it wears well on the complexion. I always start on the back of my hand. It's beautiful. It's probably gonna be a little light, but we'll bronze up. It'll work. Everything's gonna work. Normally using products that I've used before, it goes pretty well. So moving forward, the rest of the video should be fine. Now, let's sit and chat and have a conversation. I hope you are well. I know I ask this all the time, but it is summertime and I'm nosy as hell. But do you have any birthdays? Do you have any special anniversaries or anything like that coming up? Has anyone recently graduated? Do you have a kindergartner? Do you have a little one that is about to go to kindergarten? How are you feeling? Are you freaking out a little bit? Do you have an older child like myself that just went off to school or is off at school, is getting ready to go off to school? How are you feeling with that? Please let me know. We'll address going to kindergarten first. I will say I actually had the intention of homeschooling Caleb. He didn't want to go to school at all. He was really scared. Sorry guys. He was really scared because, you know, he's an only child and he was around his father and I, you know, all the time. I was always with him. So he was terrified. And we kind of convinced him, I guess. We were like, hey, you know, we want you to have interaction. He didn't, of course, understand this at 5 years old. But, you know, we want you to play with other kids. We want you to be around kids your own age. This brush is brand new and clean. That's why I'm using a little bit more product than I typically would. But we knew we wanted him to be able to have at least that interaction and then, you know, see if he liked it. And of course, if he didn't like it, then I would have homeschooled. Like, that was my plan, to homeschool. Well, he fell in love with his kindergarten teacher and the teacher's aide, and we're all still friends to this day, and he is 18 years old. They're both still on my Facebook. We talk and comment and stuff like that. We keep up, up with each other's lives. So, yeah. I think because in that first week, he had such a good time, and he was just thriving and flourishing and, meeting people and having, meeting new friends and stuff like that. He was totally fine. The first, I would say, 3 days or so, it was incredibly, incredibly hard for me. Especially with him being my only child. Y'all, my hand is on fire. Ooh. Okay, there's something wrong with this, I think. We're throwing that away immediately. That is very, very strange. Okay, anyways. I forgot what I was saying. I always lose my train of thought. Anybody else do that? Or just me? After like the 3rd day or so. I was so accustomed because he's my only child and I was always home with him. Brett and I tried to work like opposite shifts and stuff like that so that he didn't have to go to daycare, because I am not a fan of daycare, nor would I have ever sent him to daycare. And I know people don't have the choice sometimes, and I fully respect that, but we did it where we either had a family member watch him, i.e. one of our mothers, or we worked opposite shifts. Yeah. So I think because of that, it was a little bit harder for me, and I took it really, really hard. And the first day that he walked in and he met his teacher and other kids automatically started kind of coming up to him and stuff. He had a mohawk at the time. And I think for him that was like an icebreaker because the other kids were like, oh dude, like, cool haircut, cool mohawk, whatever. So yeah, he was fine. He was fine. He didn't give a shit about mom anymore. But, I was so nervous and so afraid that he wasn't going to be okay or he'd be too scared, because he was terrified, which we all are. We're all terrified doing any new venture. You know what I mean? Work, marriage, relationships, life, whatever the case may be. But I got ready to tell him goodbye and he was like, bye mama. And I was like, oh, like, you're not going to cry or get upset or anything? Anything at all? Yeah, I walked out the room. Of course, I was happy. That made me super happy. It will make you happy, I promise. But it made me super happy that he was just like, hey, this is cool. I'm good. Everything's fine. But I walked to the car and was bawling my eyes out the entire time. Truth be told. And then I went across the store to get a little bit of groceries that morning. And I was so used to, in the car, being mindful of my son, you know what I mean? And trying to just, hey, where's he at? Is he cool? Is he safe? Did I brake too hard? Whatever the case may be. And, he wasn't there for me to do that. So that was strange. Well, then I get to the store and I'm used to, obviously, opening up the back seat, having my kid get out the car, and he wasn't there. And then I'm used to, as I'm walking, going like this and putting my hand back to stop him, as we're walking in parking lots and across the streets and things like that. And I kept, for 3 or 4 days, I kept putting my hand out like this to, put my hand on his chest and be like, whoa, wait a minute, buddy. So that was, it's very strange because I think, especially as, moms, as parents, we have this, sense of, muscle memory or whatever it is. But you will notice yourself for me, like I said, 3 to 4 days or so. By the end of that first week, I was fine. But I noticed myself doing all these different things. Like I walk into the store, like even that morning, which I didn't have a lot to get, but I always walked in and got the little teeny tiny cart because he could help me push it. So I grabbed the cart and instantly wanted to say, here you go, buddy, or come help mommy, buddy, or whatever. And he wasn't there. And then, him not, asking for things throughout the store, or me not picking up very specific things. I have a hair in my freaking eye and it is hurting. Ooh. Oh, also wanted to note too, I don't know if y'all can tell, there's like no like creasing, no settling or anything like that underneath my eyes. And y'all, I have fine lines and wrinkles. But, I wasn't looking at Matchbox cars or, worried about getting up to the register and him saying, oh, can I have, which that's fine. That's what our kids do. That's what they're supposed to do. But it was weird. It was so freaking weird. And then I got home, I took my groceries home and stuff like that. And then I went back out an hour before he was to get out of school for the first day. And I went to the walking track. And at the walking track even, that's all I could think about. And, oh, what am I doing for eyes? I think I am going to use this one. Again, it's the Folly Fire Hot Terrain Baked Bronzing Blush. Woo, child. I'm going in very light-handed because it's very pigmented. We're going for the sun-burnt look today, y'all. That's all. But even at the park, I felt strange and I felt off. We'll get into that, how I'm feeling now as well, feeling off. But, you know, that day I went to pick him up. I got done at the walking track, walked across to the school, and he was fine. He was great. He had a great day. And as kind of time progresses more and more, you're finding your footing and you're like, oh shit, like I have all this time in the world to do whatever the heck I want to do. And you get used to it and you end up liking it. And then obviously the flip side of that is, oh, also with that, be patient. Ask questions. You know what I mean? Be vocal. And I've always said this, you know, to my own friends, be present. You know, our kids don't need a whole lot. They really don't. Feed them, bathe them, be patient with them, but be present. That is the most important thing you can do for your child. You know, ask them how their day has gone and really genuinely sit and listen, even at 5 years old, and pay attention to them, you know. And I'm hoping that you've had the conversations already about bullying and things like that. But you know, remind them like that's not okay. We don't need to bully people. We don't have, you know, we're not going to be ugly or hateful to other people. I think that's super important. Sorry, I'm trying to put some of this stuff in my drawer. I do have one drawer of like testing new makeup stuff. And then this next empty drawer is just for this kind of stuff. But yeah, just, you know, have those conversations, but you will get through it. I promise. You'll get used to it. And things will be okay. Things will work out for you. I promise. Now, are you an empty nester? Or about to become? That is harder than them going to kindergarten. So, and if you are a parent and you've been through obviously both, you know, you have an older child that's gone off to school. Holy shit, I forget how beautiful this is. Oh! This was pricey, y'all, so I definitely want to get some use out of it. But, I mean, it is, goodness gracious. That is beautiful. That is absolutely stunning. But it was worse, or it has been worse, him being grown and going off to school. 1,000 trillion whatever %. I'm gonna try this out. Yeah, it's rough. You know, you get so accustomed to, as a parent, as a mom, kind of doing everything for everybody else around you, which is why I think mental illness and depression and stuff like that is kind of more prevalent in women. Not that men do not go through it, because 100% they do. But I feel like for women, that is kind of the caveat. Is that how you say it? Correct me. Caveat. That's what leads to, in my opinion, and based on my own personal experiences and experiences with my friend. Oh yeah, it's nice and fine. I don't smell any coconut. Let's see. Okay, it's not very even. It is fine. Oh, there it is. That smells delicious. Ooh. Oh, I love that. We'll see what it does as far as makeup. It says long lasting. We'll try that out. We'll test that out. And then I go with the sponge, press everything in so it becomes one with my complexion, not just sitting on top of my complexion. This works also if you have oily skin. It just kind of takes away any powderiness or anything like that. And you just look a little bit more fresh, a little bit more, you know, like skin. But I think, you know, we are so accustomed to doing everything, you know, for our children as we're supposed to, you know, we're their caretakers, that when they're not there anymore, you don't know what the hell to do. Comment down below if you've experienced this. Of course, I'm grateful to have my channel, because it does give me an outlet. That is, I mean, the main purpose in my channel is having an outlet, being able to you know, talk to you guys and have a good time with you guys, maybe teach you a little something, maybe inspire you, maybe remind you to love yourself no matter what. So I'm lucky that I have my channel, but literally, like all day and every day, especially right after Caleb left, I was like, wait, what do I cook? You know, what do I do? And, you know, I'm not up at o'clock in the morning. Well, I mean, I still do get up every morning to text him just because I want to, but you know what I mean? Like, you kind of work on a schedule, you know, as a mom with, you know, kids being at home. You wake up at the same time, you know, get breakfast done or make sure they actually eat and feed themselves, you know, and then they're going to school, driving to school, getting the bus, making sure they're on the bus or you're taking them, making sure you're picking them back up or they got home safely. You know, you kind of move in this motion, this kind of day to day, this is this and this is this from point A, B, C, whatever. And then when they leave, like, I mean, if I don't want to get up, I ain't got to get my fat ass up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little strange. And then like with food, I'm not a big meat eater, which is why, I mean, I incorporate now some fish and chicken occasionally with, you know, my more vegan lifestyle. But Caleb is a meat eater. He always was a meat eater. I don't know what palette I'm going to use. And I'm squirreling again. I don't want to use the Aura now. It's just so damn pretty. Oh, I never go with my shirt today. But this is Colourpop Aura and Out. And that is what it looks like. And y'all, if you know, you know that I'm a green hoe. I love them. I love greens. I'm going to go in with a humongous brush. I'm going to go into the white, which is called Young Love. And press that at the top of the brow. This is just going to kind of help me in blending the other colors. This is not going to be a dark, impactful type of look because these are more, you know, pastels, light tones. But, you know, like now I don't really know what to cook and, you know, I don't have to do anything, if that makes any sense. So it's very strange. Plus I have horrific anxiety. So, you know, in my mind, everybody I know and love has died 62,000 different times in 62,000 different ways because I worry too much and I always see the worst. You know what I mean? I always, oh, that's flimsy. I'll try it. This is a LaRousse brush and normally I love their brushes. That feels, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go into Fresh Cut, which is the green in the center. So with, you know, my heightened level of anxiety, you know, because he's not here, you know, I don't hear him on his game. I don't hear, you know, him walking into the kitchen. I don't hear a microwave. I don't hear, you know, him going in and starting his clothes. Yes, he does his own damn laundry. And I taught him how to do his own clothes. Maybe we should talk about that too. Anyways, but, you know, I'm so accustomed to hearing him. And then in my mind, I know he's okay. Now, I know, in my right frame of mind, I know that he's fine. I know he's 100% fine. He's thriving. He's doing great. But in my mind, and I don't know if it's because I do have anxiety, maybe you guys can kind of shed some light on that. For those of you that don't have really bad anxiety, like, is the worry still there for you? Do you still, you know, kind of feel that? You know, is it an anxiety thing or is it just a mommy or parent thing? You know what I mean? Like, I literally miss everything about him. I miss the way he would yell at the game. I miss the way that he would get upset at the game. I miss our Monday movie nights. Every Monday we watched a movie together as a family. We order pizza every Friday. Like, I miss everything so badly. And I kind of honestly just feel lost, you know what I mean? And I've kind of had this discussion in my I'm Back video. I'll try to remember to link it here. But I just feel lost. I feel like I don't have a purpose. And oh, I know that sounds really bad to say. And I'm actually hoping that this resonates with somebody else and that I'm not the only person that feels this way. But I kind of said it and touched base in that video about, you know, not really knowing what my place is, my purpose is, what my identity is as just me, as just Darissa. You know what I mean? I went from being, oh, this is, you know, so-and-so's daughter. Well, this is Brett's girlfriend. This is Brett's fiance. This is Brett's wife. This is Kayla's mama. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who I am, just me, just, you know, Darissa, the entity. I mean, I know that I'm a good person. I know, you know, about myself, but I just don't, I might dip into another palette because I want a little bit of depth out here, and this just ain't doing it for me. Yeah. Let me see what's in this. Sorry, guys. Ooh. We're going to go for this like crazy hot pink right here. Again, this is my very first time trying this particular... Oh, God. This particular brand. Oh, crap. Ooh, nice. I'm going to go in with a different brush and try to like more pack it just in that very lower part of the lid so that we don't get muddy here. That is really pigmented. But, you know, I'm trying to, I guess, find my footing again, and it's, you know, I don't know, it's very strange. Again, it's way harder, in my opinion, to be an empty nester than it is to, you know, watch your kid go off to kindergarten. I feel like when they're going off to kindergarten, like, you know, at the end of the day, you're picking them up, or they're gonna get off the bus and come home and see you, you know, and hug your neck. But to know that he's, you know, so far away, and I know he could be in California, he could be more than 3 hours away from me. I know, y'all, okay? I know this. But, you know, him being so far away, you know, I'm thinking, okay, what if his car breaks down? What if this happens? What if that happens? Like, he had COVID, you know, not too long ago. And, of course, my very first thought was, oh, my gosh, like, you know, I can't be there to help him. I can't do anything. Not that I could have really done much if he was here. I know that. But, yeah, I mean, I hope some of this is making some kind of sense. I'm trying to be more personable and really kind of open up and talk more versus just saying, hey, I'm going to do this and put this here, and I'm going to do this and do this here. We've tested all this shit other than a couple things. I mean, I do my makeup the same way. That hasn't changed. That is a pretty freaking color. Holy crap. I'm going to go into this little Wayne Goss brush. I'm going to go into that pink. I'm dipping it with the darkest pink in here too. And I'm going to follow it down to the lower lash line. But yeah, I'm trying to be more personable. I hope that it makes sense. I do have really, really bad anxiety. I truthfully actually believe that I have ADD or ADHD because I cannot really form a coherent sentence most of the time. And I have zero, like, concentration. Zero. And I mean that wholeheartedly. But it is what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you're new here, hi. It's a shit show. It's always a shit show. But we're honest on this channel. We're an honest shit show on this channel. And we talk about all kinds of stuff. But yeah, hopefully you guys at least kind of sort of understand what I'm saying, even if maybe I'm not making any sense. But yeah, I mean, you know, and I've asked my mom this too. Like, do things change? Like, do you, as a mom, you know, obviously I'm 43 years old. Whoa, that looks really harsh. I'm going to go back into the green over here with a little tiny pencil brush and try to blend that out with this. But I even asked my mom, like, does it ever change? Like, does the worry ever go away? And I have a lot of, you know, older friends, and they're like, girl, no. It does not change. The worry is always going to be there. The anxiety is always going to be there. And I do get that because, I mean, like, my mom still, I think she feels kind of confident that I'm going to be okay, even though she knows, you know, sometimes my mental stuff's not okay. But, you know, I know that she worries. I know she worries about my sister and stuff like that. And, you know, I know that the worry, I feel like, is probably going to be there for all of us, regardless of if you have anxiety or not. Also, speaking to that, I'm going in with the matte, but I'm going in with the shimmery green now. You know, speaking to that, what do you miss the most if you are an empty nester? And then, when did you find your footing? Or did you ever lose your footing? Please tell me you lost your footing. When do you find your footing again? Like, when do you find, you know, kind of your place again, I guess is the only way I know how to say it. I don't really know. I'm sorry about that if I'm saying that wrong. But, you know, when did you kind of figure life out as an empty nester? That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say. I'm going in right here because I would like to know. Yeah. And he's, you know, obviously he's been gone, what, 7 months now, I think? I think so, 6 to 7 months now. And it doesn't seem any easier, you guys. And then, I mean, some people have even told me, girl, it gets easier, you're gonna be fine. Y'all lied. You lied to me. It's devastating. It is devastating every time I have to leave him. Every time that I get that last hug in, and then I want to hug him and not let go. Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, and some people may disagree, people that are, you know, empty nesters and have been through the whole let's take my kid to kindergarten, da, da, da. Maybe kindergarten was harder for you. Maybe that was a harder adjustment. For me, no, absolutely not. I will also say too that people are always like, well, it's more pivotal to be here for this or this or this. I have to politely disagree. I think that we assume that because they're learning more in their younger years, so to speak, that is like the more pivotal time. I don't think that it is. I think the pivotal time is when it's time for, you know, talking about bullying and sex and drugs and all these different things, and, you know, dealing with depression, how to overcome things, you know, schoolwork. It's a lot, you guys. I mean, and I hate to try to take away from anybody that has had like traumatic experiences with younger kids or when your kids were younger, but it's a cakewalk compared to, okay, in my opinion. Yeah, the sleepless nights, the things like that, none of that holds a candle to the worry, the absorbent amount of worry and stress and anxiety that comes with your child getting older. This turned out stunning. Stunning. Okay, I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in Electric Daisy. I'm going to warm it up a little bit on the back of my hand. Some of these are super creamy and I feel like work really well, stay in the waterline really well. And then some of them do not. I'm going to put this on. I'll throw on some of our mascara. BRB. I'm going to finish up with the IMethodBeauty Lip Gloss in the shade Moon. Too much, too much. This is such a beautiful gloss, you guys. Like the lip oil I use consistently. It is beautiful. I love the packaging on her products. They're just, everything's great. All right, that is the finished look. Yeah, basically I just want to just remind you guys, no matter what phase of life you're in, I gotta remind myself of this too. You're gonna be okay. You know what I mean? We all go through these types of things. I think that it affects some of us more than it does others. I'm not quite sure why, how, whatever. But just know that you're gonna be okay. And I'm thinking of you. I'm sending positive thoughts your way if you do have a little one going off to pre-K or kindergarten, or you're about to become an empty nester. We got your back, okay? You are not alone in this. You are not alone ever. I love you, beauties. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.